What up YouTube, Doomnyc here with Deck Doctor number 9. This is for Superior from Team Gambit. So yeah, check those guys out. He asked me to do a Deck Doctor on his Worm deck. I found it a little challenging at first, but I put something together, so I hope you guys like it, alright? So first off, we're going to start off with this guy. This is Worm Queen. Just one, because if you draw multiples of this, then it might be dead. And it's a level 8, but you can get it with just tributing one worm type, so that's pretty good. And the best monster you're probably going to want to tribute this for is Worm Solid, since it's going to have the most defense. So yeah, just one of these, but it's really good to mill in this deck. You know, you can tribute a worm monster to special summon another one, so it gets worms from your deck really fast. Then we got 3 of these guys. Worm Kartaros. This guy basically, he has a flip effect. Search your deck for another worm, bring it to your hand. So this is pretty much your Stratos for the deck. Just be careful with the flip effects in this deck. You know, your opponent could be running Nobleman, so you know. Worm, however you say this guy's name, XEX or whatever. This guy is your beat stick, your 1800 beat stick, and his effect is pretty good because you can send a worm type from your deck to the graveyard once per turn. So this is really good. Well, actually, I shouldn't say once per turn. When he's normal summoned, so the turn he's summoned, you can send one, and that's really important to how we're gonna play the deck. That's why you gotta run 3 of these. Then we got this guy, Worm Yagen. Again, 1800 defense is really good. When this guy's on the field and XEX is on the field, XEX can't be destroyed by a battle, so that's a pretty good effect. And if this guy's like, he has like a Gravekeeper Guard effect, where if he's like this and they attack it, the monster goes back to the hand. It's really good for getting rid of synchros and stuff like that. Alright, now this guy, Worm Solid. I believe he's only running 1 of these. I think you have to run more, because 1600 defense may not seem like a lot, but with the amount of worms in the graveyard, he gets, you know, defense added to he gets 100 defense added for every worm in the grave. So that's really good, especially when it comes to tributing this guy off. And then of course, this guy can also destroy back row, so again, a must for the deck. And that's why you also run this 3 Worm Apocalypse. And this guy just flip effect, destroy a spell or trap. So again, like Worm Solid, this is just more back row destruction, and that's why this is really needed. And you'll see why you gotta have so much back row destruction in a sec. Worm Tentacles, I just run 1 of this guy. Again, 1700 beater, so he's not that bad. And if you're attacking for game, let's just say, you can remove a worm type and he can attack twice, so that's pretty good. But just 1 of him, because you're not really going to want to remove stuff that much because of this guy. And this is how the deck is going to change. Evil Dragon Ananta, this card is so broken in this deck. This is a reptile type, so basically all you got to do is reptiles that are on the field and in the graveyard, you remove them from play, and then this guy gets a huge boost for each. I believe it's 600 for each. So this guy gets special summoned onto the field, and is really good, especially if you're trying to OTK, because with the way it's set up, worms are going to get into the graveyard really fast. So more than likely, when you summon this guy, he'll probably have like 4,000 attack minimum. So this is your big win condition right there. So that's why you need to clear out all the back row. Alright, so the spells, we got Future Fusion. This is just for dumping worms from your deck to the grave really quick. You can also set up a really quick OTK by dumping a lot of worms for Worm 0, and then summoning, you know, Evil Dragon, depending on, you know, what you played already. 2 Gold Sarks, and this is just basically to search your Future Fusion really fast, so you gotta play that. 1 Snake Rain, and I really like this card. This card lets you discard one card to dump 4 reptile types from your deck to the grave. So this works really good for Evil Dragon, because especially you get this and you get Future Fusion first turn. You dump and you have this in your hand, right? You dump a reptile type, whatever it is, you play this, right? Discard reptile, send 4, and then play Future Fusion and send 6. So that's a really big play, you know, especially if you can control the back rows or whatever. We got 2 Book of Moon. I mean, this is just staple stuff. Monster Born, Dark Hole, and then more back row destruction. 2 MSTs and a Trunade. Trunade for the big push. You know, you don't want to waste that. You want to use that when you're making the big push. Alright. Again, for more back row destruction and monsters, you gotta run this. 3 Offerings of the Snake Deity. This is like Icarus attack, you know, you tribute off a reptile. I mean, you're using 3 of these in your deck and you kind of have to. Especially 2, you use the worms, you get the flip effect. You chain this, you destroy 2. It's really, really good. Okay, this card, Double Divine Wrath. And this is kind of a must for the deck. You might be wondering, 1, it lets you discard, you know, so you can discard a reptile worm to the graveyard. And then 2, especially with Evil Dragon and Anta's effect, if your opponent has Effect Veiler and they Veiler him, right, he's not gonna get any attack. So that's why Divine Wrath is really gonna be good, and especially if you're trying to, you know, hit him for heavy damage. This will stop gores, a lot of different things. We got 2 Dark Bribes. This is just for your back row protection. Basically, it's not really to stop your opponent's, you know, spells and stuff. You can stop their traps if you need to, but more than likely this will save your Future Fusion and discard Royal Oppression. Since you don't run any tuners, the only thing you're going to be special summoning is Evil Dragon and Anta and Worm Zero. So basically this is a must for the deck. Mirror Force, you know, just more protection, and 1 Solemn. Alright, so that's the main deck. Side deck is just normal stuff that you would side. Double Cyber Dragon, 1 Effect Veiler for yourself, you know, DD Crow, Skullmeister. This is just the stuff I like to side. Duradark. You don't play Mind Control because you don't have any tuners, but Mind Control can still be very useful. Nobleman, another Nobleman of Extermination for more back row. 2 Warrior Eliminations for the 6 Sams, and then, you know, in case you need the extra protection, you run the normal stuff. Torrential, the 2 Bottomless, and 1 Starlight Road, just in case your opponent tries to get any bright ideas, you know, especially against Blackwing. You got this. So alright, extra deck, you gotta run it even though you don't run tuners. Armory Arm, Catasta, Bryo, Goyo, Black Rose, Ancient Fairy, Chimera Tech, Colossal Scrap Dragon, Double Stardust, Mistworm, and 3 Worm Zeros. Oh yeah, sorry about the glare, guys. I know it's pretty bad, but yeah. 3 Worm Zeros. So that's the deck fix. I hope you like it. Please, you know, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, YouTube, peace.